this Friday, right?
Friday to Saturday or something.
I would just speak to it. Okay. You could keep it pretty simplified, and I'm sure if they have questions, they'll ask.
All right.
Thank you.
Echo, this one off. Our stock.
Just turned it
I
off.
just can't figure it out. He's just tanked. Was when I started a year and a half ago, it was around 40, 42. About 8 months, around 30, 31. It's down to like 19. They just, oh my gosh, everybody's running around like a chicken with their head cut off. Earnings report, they beat all expectations for the quarter and for the year guidance.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the council meeting for Wednesday, February 4th, 2026. At this time, I think we'd like to have a presentation from Chris Brokaw and Mariner Financial on the pension plan.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I think you got this one page memo. It has some summary information on the plan, and if I cut to the chase, the return for 2025 was over 13%, and over the last 5 years it was 8.14%. It's meeting all the requirements of the plan, and the assets themselves grew to $34.7 million as of the end of 2025, and that's a $2.8 million increase over the calendar year 2025. And during that time, the plan also paid out $2.1 million in distributions, primarily benefit payments to retirees. I keep saying the plan, but really there's two plans in the one fund: the police and the non-uniform employees. And the plans are well funded per the most recent actuarial report. Police plan 96% funded, non-uniform 103.6 as of the last actuarial report. For 2025, the municipality contributed $453,000 to the police plan and $141,000 to the non-uniform plan. So again, in summary, meeting the goals and benchmarks, providing benefit payments to the retirees of the plan. Be happy to answer any questions you might have.
Council, any questions?
Sounds good.
Yeah. Thank you for the great work.
All right,
Thank
thank
you.
you. Have a good day.
And thanks to everyone else on the board as well. Thanks, guys.
Okay, now we'll call the regular voting agenda meeting to order. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God,
Indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Riddell, can we have a roll call, please?
Mrs. Ling,
Present.
Mr. McKenna, Mr. Miller,
Here.
Mr. Lemak,
Here.
Mr. Diakopoulos,
Here.
Mr. Corns,
Here.
Mr. Olszewski,
Here.
Mayor Dice.
Here.
Do we have any unlisted agenda items tonight?
Yes, I apologize to council. I think that we should add one item, a workshop item 9A, which would be discussion about the concert in the park date. If you recall, last meeting, we did talk about having some discussion on that this evening. Unfortunately, I forgot to list on the agenda. I don't think it's imperative that that item was advertised, but we should have some discussion and decide simply whether we want to move the event from the historical Saturday to a Friday event. So that's all. I would add that as 9A, concert in the park discussion.
Okay. All right, do I have a motion for 4A to approval for the January 20th, 2026 minutes?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you, Jamie and Matt. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those, it's everyone passes.
Unanimous.
All right, comments by Mayor Dice.
Okay. Do we have any slides this evening?
I'm trying to pull them up here.
Our computers aren't showing anything when we go to click over.
Yeah, but I can read from there, we're good. So once again, the Murraysville will be offering ARP free tax services. As you can see, there are the dates, February 6th, 27th, March 13th and 27th, and April 10th. You do have to call ahead to make an appointment. No walk-ins will be allowed. Phone number is 724-374-3780. And again, those are AARP tax prep services. Thank you.
I'd say comments from the chief administrator, please step out for a second.
I think there might be more announcements from the mayor, too. He was trying to get the screen up.
She is not aware of why it's not displaying on your screen, so I apologize for that. So we may have to make do without it.
Okay.
Okay. Once again, also, we will have the Murraysville Recreation Department's Hot Chocolate Heights. The date is Friday, February 13th. I will be at Pleasant Valley Park at 2 p.m. and it'll be a great 2 to 3 mile hike. And yeah, we hope to see everybody there. Thank you. And nextly, on Monday, February 16th at 7 p.m., you can stop by and see Living History as we have President Washington, Lincoln, and Grant all here real live and in person. And that'll be at the Murraysville Community Center. And if you have any questions, please just call the Murraysville Recreation Department. And again, that's February 16th at 7 p.m. And that'll conclude my announcements. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Dice. Michael, any comments by the chief administrator?
Just a couple for this evening. I apologize, my mic is on. Yes, just a couple comments. Just to make council aware, we have re-advertised for the various vacancies on the boards and commissions. That includes the Environmental Advisory Committee, Personnel Board, the Code Board of Appeals. I believe there's an opening on the Rec Board. So all of those advertisements were placed in the Penn Franklin, just making the community aware that there are a few openings. If anyone has interest, they can certainly contact the municipality for more information. But we do have some spots that we'd like to fill, so if anybody would like to volunteer, there are some openings. Additionally, I don't want to cut into Councilmember Olszewski's report, but I do know the EAC has been working on updating their plant list for the requirements under the ordinance, so he may have something on that, I'm not sure, but I just wanted to make council aware that they were working on the plant list recommendation as called for in the ordinance. And then lastly, just a bit of information by way of an update. PennDOT is going to be milling and resurfacing Route 66 all the way from the Delmont Sunoco all the way out toward PA Route 356. So that's going to be a project taking place all the way along that stretch. Of course, there is a small portion of Route 66 that is in Murraysville. So we have a meeting with PennDOT next week for more details on that project. We don't have a date yet, but they will be doing a milling and resurfacing project there and also addressing some of the ADA ramps and sidewalks, sidewalk lighting and landscaping there in the Delmont area. So again, just because it's part of our community, has Route 66, but also a big project, just making the community aware that that is going to be taking place this summer. We don't have any dates yet, so I'll have a further update for council after we meet with PennDOT next week. So that is all for this month, or for this meeting.
Thank you, Michael. Next is community input. Verdale, anyone signed up? Thank you. Seeing none, is there anyone in the audience that would like to make public comment? All right, let's move on to liaison reports from the left here. My left, Eli.
Yeah, you just heard Chris Brokaw deliver the results for the pension committee for the year, so nothing more to add other than it was good to see nice results.
Matt?
Last Tuesday, January 27th, EAC met, discussed a few different projects. That one thing that Michael had mentioned, it had been a number of years since the team had really reviewed and recommendations for planting trees that should be recommended in Murraysville. I don't have a list of all those. It was above my pay grade, but it was an interesting conversation, I will say. So a lot of updates around that. The MS4 project, the clubhouse at MCP, the grant is running out. The project's been delayed due to the Castiglione project, and that's tied up in the wetland issues. So until one's resolved, that won't happen for the clubhouse at MCP. And the Kovalchek area discussed the need for a rain basin or garden. And at the Murraysville Community Center was discussed around removing the pavement and the asphalt and possibly adding a speed bump. Outside of that, that's the summary.
Thank you. Jamie?
Planning Commission was canceled for the month of February due to lack of business, so the next meeting will be Tuesday, March 10th.
Thank you. Darren?
The Franklin Regional School Board will meet next on Wednesday, February 18th, and the Parks and Rec Foundation Board is planning a meeting for next week, so no updates with us.
Thank you. Michael?
Yeah, Murraysville Medic 1, the next meeting is Thursday, February 19th.
Thank you. And I joined FTMSA. Things are moving along there with the consent order, and there's many projects going on within the plant itself, nitrification tower, rehabilitation, all that seems to be going well. And there was talk about plans for future projects, which are pretty significant, so they're working through that engineering. Okay, move on to workshop items. 9A is a discussion of the concert in the park.
Yes, so as, again, just as mentioned last meeting, the Recreation Department has asked to consider potentially moving the date from Saturday to Friday. Previously, the reason for the Saturday event, a variety of reasons. The most pressing was that's the available date for the fireworks crew. As it turns out, now that we have a new fireworks crew, they are available on really any date of the week there. We do think that moving it to a Friday may help to generate some level of interest, a greater level of interest in the community, simply because it's not square in the middle of a weekend. Folks can, leave work on Friday, come over to the event, enjoy themselves, and then still carry on with the weekend. Whereas being on a Saturday evening, that kind of, makes things a little bit more difficult, especially for those with families who may attend because summer sports and things like that. So certainly we don't have any idea whether it will or will not ultimately be successful moving it to a Friday, but the thought process was to give it a shot, thinking that it may be more beneficial. It'll also be slightly easier on our staff as far as preparation because it is occurring on a weekday and there's no gap there. That is the time of the year when Public Works is on a 4-10 schedule, meaning that they're not in on Friday anyway. So regardless of Friday or Saturday, we will still have some overtime to host the event or to have those folks at the event. But so it's not necessarily a savings there, but it will ease the operation because, again, for youth sports, that the soccer fields won't be tied up on a Friday waiting for a Saturday event to take place. They'll be able to get it up and then taken down. So we think there may be some benefits to having on a Friday from Public Works and staffing standpoint and planning standpoint. We also think it may lead to better attendance. And certainly if it doesn't, we could always go back to a Saturday date if that seems to be better. But staff is asking for consideration to change the date to a Friday and see how that goes.
Council, any questions or comments?
Give it a shot. If the attendance doesn't increase, then you can always go back.
You can always go back, yeah.
I agree.
And what is the date of it again?
So this year, it would be, I think I would have that offhand, I apologize. It would be, I believe, August 7th, a Friday, as opposed to August 8th, a Saturday. I'm 99% on that. I was pulling up the email as we were talking here, but, so that's what the date would be, I think August 7th, and I'll confirm that right now. Bill, do you know if that's correct? Okay. So certainly I can answer any other questions if there are, but we do think it may be beneficial to the community, and we'll find out, I guess.
Do you need a motion?
I don't even know that we need a motion. I just more so wanted to have the discussion, ensure that council is on board. I'll give the go-ahead to the rec department, and then they'll begin the planning process using that Friday as the date. Public Works will then know the date as well. But it's more so for coordinating with the vendors and sound company, stage, fireworks, things like that. So all of the different companies that are involved as far as the contractors that are involved that we utilize. So that's kind of why they need to know the date now. But otherwise, no, I don't think there needs to be an official motion. We'll just let staff know to use that Friday as the official date. So,
Thank you.
okay,
Great.
thank you.
Thank you. No engineering, no community development, or no public works and parks workshop items. That moves us into council action items. Can I have a motion for 13A?
Motion to adopt ordinance number 1109-26, specifying the rate of pension contributions with respect to the police pension plan for the 2026 calendar year.
Second.
Thank you, Jamie and Matt. Michael, anything to add here?
No, this is, again, we advertised this ordinance at the last meeting. It just simply sets the rate of contribution at 5% for the police, as required by Act 600 and the CBA.
Okay. Any questions, council? Comments? All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, it's unanimous. Can I please have a motion for 14A?
I make a motion to authorize a partial bond release in the amount of $292,872 to ensure the completion of the Kistler Place development.
I'll second it.
Thank you, Matt and Eli. Anything to add here, Michael?
Yes, so the current bond that's being held is $300,000. The contractor has completed all but the landscaping portion that is required. So that amount constitutes the $292,000 that has been completed so far. So if approved, there will be still $7,128 remaining to complete the landscaping portion. And staff and the engineering department have reviewed this and recommend reducing the bond requirements for this project.
Great. Thank you. Any questions or comments from council?
Just so our staff has verified that the work has been completed to satisfaction, correct?
They have, yes. Our engineer had gone out to the site. They review, anytime a request comes in to release any of the bond funds, they'll go out and conduct a review, ensure everything's to completion, and that's the same for this one.
And they're comfortable that the remaining 7,000 and change is enough to complete the landscaping plan?
Yes, I think actually our engineer is the one that came up with that figure, so.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Thank you. Anyone else? Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Passes unanimous. Can't even talk. All right, can I have a motion for 14B?
Motion to approve Jones Contracting Plan Number 1S-14-25, a lot consolidation and subdivision plan to subdivide a 1.7464 acre parcel into a 1.3924 acre parcel and a 0.3540 acre parcel.
Second.
Thank you, Michael and Jamie. Is there a representative or any presentation for this item?
I'm not quite sure if there's a representative here, but I can certainly give a brief update. The individual came in through the Planning Commission with a different proposal in mind. They were looking to do a different type of a subdivision, but after feedback from planning and staff, this was the ultimate outcome that seemed to make the most sense and satisfied the criteria from the Planning Commission. So it creates two parcels, two different proposed lots. The individual, the one lot contains a two-family dwelling, and the individual wants to do the subdivision for a potential residential property on the adjacent lot. So again, this went through planning, and it went through a little bit of a review process because, like I said, the initial application was slightly different, and ultimately this was the outcome that seemed to make the most sense, and that is why planning is recommending approval. It does say in your briefing that there's one outstanding condition. However, I understand from our planning department that that condition was also satisfied as well, and so I don't believe there are any outstanding conditions for this project.
Okay, thank you. Any questions?
Michael, just for the record, what was that condition for the public?
It was, I'm looking here on the briefing, the plans had to have an updated plan to include a note stating any additional earth movement on the new lot number 102 would require an NPDES permit. So they did update the plans to add that note in as required. You're welcome.
Any other questions? All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Okay, that motion passes, or that item passes. No engineering items. Do I have a motion for 16A?
Motion to award bids for the sale of used surplus municipal equipment.
Second.
Thank you, Darren and Jamie.
Good evening.
Good evening.
This was our first of probably two auctions for this year. We have some equipment that's not been delivered. I know I was here a couple months ago and tried to put everything together, but things aren't working out the way we want them to, so this will be the first of at least two. Results were shocking. One being the 2014 F550. That had a return of $62,300.
I saw that. Yeah, amazing.
We bought that truck new in 14 for $89,000. So I think we did well there. The 2013 F250, that was a foreman truck and then went to be the Parks Recreation wagon. It was rotted pretty bad. We got $6,500 out of that. And then the Explorers, 2019 went for $4,100. The 16 went for $4,109. And the 2015, which I haven't got anybody to call me back on, which that was a dog car, the canine vehicle. It has a special odor to its own. That vehicle went for $2,801.01. But again, I haven't been able to make contact with anyone yet, so we may have that for a while. Other than that, we're happy with what we saw.
Great. All right. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, motion passes. Do I have a motion for 16B?
Motion to authorize the purchase of a motorized spreader fertilization tractor for use on parks, fields, and green space.
Second.
Thank you, Michael and Eli. Okay, Bill, you're up again.
Anyways.
Okay, this is part of a project that we're going to get involved with. Since about 2006, 7, the municipality has actively been treating the fields with a fertilizer herbicide. It was a one-step project process. We did that for years, and MCP came along, and that field just wasn't growing very well. So we sought professional help, and we had professional help for quite some time. Since then, myself, my foreman, have been, we're licensed to spray. We actually are licensed through the state to spray, and also carry 3 technicians that actually go out and do the spraying, being that we can't do any kind of work. So with all that, with all the time that we've spent with these people, we had 3 hours today of Con Ed. We decided that I think it's time we move forward and we do the project wholly in-house. So I was always afraid of this tractor. We'll never be able to afford the tractor. But once we broke this project down and we looked at it, within a year and a half, we paid for this tractor. We're looking at probably the product of being about $11,000 a year for just product. And like I said, within 2 years, we start making our money back on the tractor. I have the people to do the work. It works better for me as far as we got one guy that takes care of MCP. So when we spray or when we do fertilization, we have to work on his schedule to see when he's cutting grass or whatnot. Now I'll have control as to what I want to do, move this guy to this, to that, do the fertilization, and we move on. I look forward to, down the road here, also to make this a little more palatable for some of the sports organizations. We can probably give them a little bit of better price. Well, we don't have to make a profit, of course, so we can definitely change some of the prices that they're seeing right now if we do this project on our own.
Bill, what's the cost of you said a tractor we need to purchase? Or?
Yes, it's a spray buggy. I call it a tractor. It's a broadcast. It sprays wet and it throws granular. Also, if you noticed out front here is another big reason why I'm getting into this. We're big on wintertime spraying chemicals. And I'm really liking to be able to spray chemicals at a low temperature, and I think you folks all saw that last week. I want to do that here. I want to use this tractor to spray a wet agent, whether calcium, magnesium, instead of all this granular that we're tracking all through our building. That's the second reason to do it. And the tractor spreader, it has a price of $20,465 to buy it.
Sounds
And
like,
again, excuse me.
I'm sorry. I was going to say, it sounds like a pretty quick tipping point, in my opinion. What's the lifetime of the tractor about? The little, not
Well,
tractor, but you know what I mean.
It all depends how you take care of the maintenance of it. We got a pretty good maintenance program. As you can see, a 2014 truck bearing 65,000, 62,000. Anything's as good as you take care of it. I'm going to say it could last better than 10 years, 15 years. I'm going to take a guess on that, to be honest with you.
But I mean, they're designed to run daily, but you'd be using it 4 or 5 times a year on the fields, right?
Right. What this does for me is it expands some of the smaller ball fields, the community fields, Chambers, Townsend. We weren't given those the same look as we were given MCP. MCP was getting the show. It was getting all this $11,000 treatment, and we were doing some one-step things to some of the smaller fields. This will let us get out there and take care of everybody, as long as we can afford it.
How big is this sprayer?
It's 52 inches wide, so it's going to work on our sidewalks, and it'll broadcast out, I think he said 12 feet.
And you drive it, or
You stand on the back of it. It's kind of a cart-looking thing.
like one of those you see in the spreading the seeds in the yards and stuff like that?
Yes, yes, exactly. I call it a tractor, but it's probably somebody calls it just a cart or a sprayer. Or...
Thank you.
So Bill, for organizations like MASA, you said there would be some type of, even like a savings, you think, that this could
Yes.
provide? That's
Yes.
great.
I think Mr. Nestico will, we'll have to get together here
Sure.
and figure out what that savings will be, but there will be a savings.
Great.
Yeah, just so the council is aware, I was trying to pull up the picture as we talk, but I'm not finding the model as quickly. But what I can say that Bill kind of didn't elaborate on there is right now the sports organizations, MASA and FRA, are contributing to the fertilization. So they pay, they have a split of their own, but they pay about half of the overall cost, which in your briefing, I think I put amounts to around close to $25,000 per year. So what we will do is, if we bring this in-house, we will work out then what would ultimately be a lower number for each of those organizations for the cost of the materials and then whatever labor. And it's going to be probably a large savings to those groups as well. We didn't work out the numbers quite yet. I did have our finance department pulling that for me. And in fact, they just gave it to me this evening. And that's no problem other than I don't have the exact I guess, game plan going forward with how we plan to treat it for the sports organizations. And there could be some sort of depreciating cost of the machine itself, whatever it may be. But nonetheless, I think that they're going to see significant savings. I think that they would ultimately benefit substantially from it, because now it's our own staff doing the work, and they can put a little bit more time and care into not only MCP, but the other locations as well. And then from a municipal standpoint, of course, the machine serves multiple purposes and won't be used too heavily. So it's not going to tie up our crews, for big windows of time throughout the year. So we certainly have the ability and the capability to do it. I think in some ways it makes total sense to engage in this. And once you see it all out on paper, it kind of, it shines a light on, the need to even contract it out when you can bring something like this in-house for a minimal impact to the overall operation.
Okay, any other questions?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, thank you. Thanks, Bill. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, motion passes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I think it should be noted, too, that Bill and his team did a great job with the snow removal in the last week or 10 days. Thanks for all your hard work.
Thank you.
All right, any old business? Any new business? Okay, I believe you requested an executive
Brief
session
executive session, a legal matter and one property-related matter.
with no actions.
Business, no action coming from the executive session.
Okay, can I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second?
All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, everyone.